What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. Remember, guys, specials on product right now. First and foremost, most awesome stack on the planet, Cortex Nootropic stack. I mean, look, motivation, mental energy, verbal fluency, the will to work, productive drive, all in a stack. Cheap at livecortex.com right now, especially if you use the coupon code 2020, which takes it down 20% from the regular price. Go buy a couple bottles, go buy more. Do it now, livecortex.com. If you are into nootropics 3-4 years and you're looking to take your experience to the master class, that's a 6-year plus mark, people do things differently at that level. People get different results at that level. We created a course for that. It's called Nootropics Masterclass, and you can get that at livecortex.com. It's also 20% off using the coupon code 20. If you're a guy and need to race test, I mean, look, there's no other better protocol. I ran through all the other better protocols and got marginal results at best with other protocols on test. Created my own. It's called the Viking Testosterone Protocol. Livecortex.com, also 20% off using the coupon code 20. Last couple things, if you're brand new to nootropics, to prevent continuing to kind of rummage around all the conflicting dose information on the web about nootropics, you just have to start with Nootropics Ground Zero. It's a video course that I created for people that are brand new to take you to the 3-year mark. 20% off at livecortex.com. And if you need my help on larger scale, very acute, very immersion-based, continued communication consulting on nootropics and cognitive enhancement, as well as in all of these cases of all of these consults, fixing larger scale other issues like fatigue issues, sleep issues, but whatever issues you have, because ultimately they've got to be fixed for nootropics to work correctly. Get either the 1-month intensive nootropics consult, the 3.5-month intensive nootropics consult, or the 6-month intensive nootropics consult. Hot right now. If you're a business person thinking about doing that, no better time than now. Go pull the trigger. Let's get you in. Okay, so I talked about yesterday how we're going to, and I wanted to also mention for you guys in the beginning of the video, if you're subscribed on YouTube, please hit the bell and then select all to get notified of all of our videos. A lot of people saying, hey, videos came out, didn't get notified. Look, we're launching the Nootropics. It's either going to be Nootropics Expert class or the Nootropics God course. And that's basically 12 years of experience with nootropics, my 12 years of experience synthesized into video, showing you how to take yourself from wherever you are to that level, kind of cutting out the bullshit, going straight to what elite level players nootropics do. And alongside of that, I want to talk about a cycle strategy that aligns with that orientation of using nootropics. Okay, so I want to get right into it, and then we'll explain why these stacks are laid out the way that they are. So here it is. For 2 days, okay, for 2 days out of the week, take 700 milligrams oxiracetam, 100 milligrams of dynamine, which is kind of a little bit more potent than theacrine, kind of a caffeine sister, awesome for energy, and then your optional choline source. For some people, it'll be no choline source. For others, it'll be 50 to 200 milligrams of GPC or CDP choline. Okay, do that for 2 days, then cycle off of that stack. Take that stack out of the picture. You won't see that stack again until the end of the cycle period, which we'll get to. For the next 2 days, take something like, and again, these are template stacks, but good formulated stacks, but just to give you an idea of how people at that expert class cycle nootropics. 100 milligrams of modafinil and 50 milligrams of centrophenoxine. That's it. Very, very simple stack that'll give you a lot of motivation, a lot of mental energy, and also infuse that cholinergic balance in there to kind of give you some improvement in processing speed, memory, general processing power, and focus. Okay? Take that for 2 days. That is it. Cycle off of it. Next stack, for 2 days, take 20 milligrams of bromontane and 100 milligrams of theacrine. That's it. Do that for 2 days. For most folks, especially if your baseline is optimized, which we continue to talk about, that should be a substantially effective stack for you. It is for me. It's one of my stacks. All of these are stacks that I take, by the way, and I love them. Okay, do that for 2 days on bromontane and theacrine. Cycle off of it. For the next 2 days, take a stack of 200 milligrams of phenylpiracetam, an optional choline source, again, either no choline source or alpha GPC or CDP choline at your doses, and then bring back in dynamine at 100 milligrams. After that 8 days, you're talking about 8 straight days of using nootropics. I mean, this is for people that need to have substantially powerful brain output, normally related to business or work or productivity. Then I would cycle off completely for 4 days. So you're 8 days on nootropics with a 2-day split and then you cycle off for 4 days. Then you can repeat that cycle. A lot of people will actually be able to get away with keeping just those 4 stacks in the regimen and not really going to a whole host of other stacks. Experimentation is good. You want to have lots of stacks to fuss with. But for the most part, people won't be developing substantial tolerances doing this. Okay, that's a huge problem in the world of nootropics, aside from, again, baselines not being optimized, that people run into tolerance issues because they're just taking the same stack too consistently. This is the kind of stuff that people do at the expert class. Now I'm going to break things down a little further for you guys. The first stack, which is oxiracetam, dynamine, choline source, predominantly a cholinergic stack, a little infusion of somewhat stimulation of dopamine release, and then obviously adenosine receptor modification, which is what dynamine does. That's why it's like caffeine chemically and what it does to your brain. The next day, though, you're switching pretty much completely from a cholinergic centered and AMPA receptor centered stack like oxiracetam with an optional choline source, and you're focusing on pretty much extracellular dopamine, and then of course wakefulness promoting via orexin neurons being optimized via modafinil. But then you've got a low dose of centrophenoxine in there, which is for all intents and purposes a lot different than giving yourself CDP choline or alpha GPC. Those compounds actually change the quantity of available choline in peripheral tissues, and therefore you end up stimulating the brain with choline and having choline cross in the blood-brain barrier, and then stimulating cholinergic receptors to ultimately have a better cholinergic response. So it's different. So then for 2 days, we're bringing bromontane and then theacrine into the mix. The reason you would want to bring bromontane in the mix is to stave off any idea of a dopamine tolerance or a dopamine desensitization that may take place from modafinil on a very, very small scale. This is what I mean by expert class. These are the kind of things you sort of do within your 8-day regimen to completely prevent downregulation of receptor sites. Bromontane upregulates dopa decarbolase and tyrosine hydroxylase, 2 very critical enzymatic functions to make sure dopamine synthesizes and signals correctly. Okay, so you just saved yourself the potential of tolerance just there. And then on the last 2 days, we're moving to phenylpiracetam, which again is cholinergic, somewhat dopaminergic, mildly dopaminergic, and then bringing in dynamine as another stimulator, a little bit of dopamine release, but mostly binding to adenosine receptors as an antagonist. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. This is the kind of strategy that people that have been in the game a long time and have run into the issues that people typically run into when taking nootropics too consistently, that they finally sort of figure out methodologically how to be administering these compounds to get the best effects and to stave off both side effects and tolerance. Okay, I hope this has made sense to you guys. Please take heed to this kind of advice, because this is what's going to be, it's this kind of straightforward, very, very logical, results-driven stuff that's going to be in either the Nootropics Expert class or the Nootropics God course, whatever I decide to name it, which is coming out. 12 years plus Nootropics experience coming soon. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Remember, Cortex stack on sale, 20% off using the coupon code 20. I mean, the Cortex stack is an exceptionally powerful stack to have in your rotation. It's a weapon. It is a tool for extreme brain function. By Cortex, livecortex.com, 20% off. If you are looking to take your nootropics experience to the masterclass, that is the 6-year mark. People just do things differently at that level. Not quite the 12-year level, but still incredible. Get the Nootropics Masterclass. It's a video course about an hour and 15 minutes long. Shows you how to do that. Also 20% off right now. livecortex.com. Coupon code is 20. If you're a guy that needs to race tests, I mean, look, it's like a marketer. Look no further. Stop here. You just have to go get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. We'll set up a call for me and you to see if you have results, labs, other things that might be going on, and then I will give you a tailored protocol that's mostly templated, because the Viking Testosterone Protocol targets every pathway to produce tests. But then if there's something else going on, we'll have to address that too. Viking Testosterone Protocol, awesome for raising tests. Get it at livecortex.com, 20% off as well. If you're brand new to nootropics, Nootropics Ground Zero, I explained that in the beginning. It's where you have to start. And then last thing, if you're a business person that needs comprehensive, acute, immersion-based, frequent communication help, on facilitating brain performance, cognitive performance via nootropics, while we also work on other background energy issues that are maybe causing you to not respond the best way to nootropics. We established a bunch of stacks that work for you, get you on point, get you functioning awesomely. Get either the 1 month intensive, which we can get a lot done in 1 month, better yet, 3.5 month nootropics consult, and if you really need a lot of time, 6 month nootropics consult. Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you next time.